People have asked me about the pictures, why they're out now and how they existed. And really, back in the day, I got them developed at the drugstore, and they existed as 3.5-inch by 5 drugstore prints with the corners clipped off in a manila envelope that I kind of scrawled Ramones on. And I would show them around to friends and even say, if you see something you like, take one. And to present day, I'm playing the Ramones on my Generation 2 iPod. Leilani, who comes to see the darkroom at the school, hears the Ramones, says, "Oh, you like the Ramones?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "They even played here at the school." And she said, "No." And I said, "Yeah." And I said, "I shot pictures." And she didn't believe me. She thought I was lying. So I dug out the pictures and brought them. And she had talked about art history stuff and about wanting to be a curator. And she's looking at the pictures and she said, "This should be a show." And I said, "Okay, curator, curate the show."
I decided everything. I'm much a control freak. I come from like a visual merchandising background, so placement, kind of like how the crowd is gonna move, what are they gonna see first, how do we manipulate the experience through images and through quotes and context to create an entire experience, whether it's visually, auditory with the band that's going to play. This collage is a different kind of art. So I wanted to attack all the senses possible when curating the show.
And the lead picture for the show that we like to feature is this one. And it was Leilani's idea. I wouldn't have picked this out because as a photographer, I didn't see that as the strongest image. Then she said, "Think about it, the people that are there are all thinking the same thing. They're waiting for the band. You got the flag, it's Americana. They're stuffed into a cafeteria." So that line of thinking kind of changed my line of thinking on the photos. The faces in the crowd for me are as important as the band members because the sign of a good band is a good crowd reaction. And if you look at some of the pictures, like one of the ones that's on the wall, they're reaching for the band like they're a god or something, they're unattainable. But nowadays, do you ever get that close to a band? Probably not.
Yeah, I really wasn't totally aware of what I was making while I was making it, because I was on a ladder and I was like this close to the wall. So, Frank had to grab me and pull me back because I just really wasn't aware how it looked. One of my favorite ones is of Dee Dee's wife. She's just like, I don't know, looking. If this was like modern day, she'd be looking at her phone, texting, but that was 1980, they didn't have that. I taped it, and at first I didn't like the tape, but Frank said, that's pretty punk rock. It looks very deliberate, the way it's placed. The cardboard was probably the only thing that was actually like, really me about it. I frequently dumpster dive and use various materials in that. I find that there's a lot of beauty in these discarded materials. I let Frank write a caption pointing to his former self. That's what he used to look like. He had a huge, majestic mane of flowing hair and those aviators.
Ben thought it would be funny to have my picture as you open the door in the bathroom here, so.
And then you see that while you're peeing?
Well, it's kind of looking over your shoulder.
I was just thinking if I had a picture like this could really make my Tinder blow up.
Yeah, if you had a picture.
Something like that, Well, not, through that. Something like that would be good.
Yeah, I think so. Like so you could be that, you could be like Kiss up there, Mr. Kiss.
Oh, yeah. Gene Simmons? What is he called?
Yeah, I think that's Gene Simmons. Yeah. We're confused about this a little bit because that's Kiss, right?
So Sedated's like right after I Don't Want to Walk Around With You.
Okay.
And then after Teenage Lobotomy, California Sun.
And then Ben should bring out the sign.
They run into those. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. And I'll try and be up here. And, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, when I get done, if you want to like shove me off, like, or get the fuck out of here or whatever.
Yeah, no.
Whatever. He's with the band.
Oh, it was fine after he came to our rehearsal space first. And, you know, if he sucked, we wouldn't have let him do it.
But he rocked it the very first time through,
Yeah, he knew all the words.
which is more than any of these guys can say.
And he can count to 4.
Which is more than 3 of us can do it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
With it. I'm really happy with the responses that we got.
So what's your next step then?
Planning the next show in a much smaller space, but still giving everything the right credit and telling the same story. That'll be the next big challenge.
I'm a little apprehensive, and the reason I'm apprehensive is the owner of the venue is a huge Ramones fan. You know, he was genuinely thrilled that the pictures were coming, so I'm feeling a little pressure from that.
And before I opened the club, Metro, one of the things that I kind of put on my own personal list was that I wanted to book the Ramones. I mean, that was something that I wanted to have happen, and I was able to make that happen. Wow. And from that, I became friendly with Johnny. So for me to meet you, to see that this work that you are unearthing and presenting to Chicago through the G-Man 10, I just can't thank you enough. Well, I am personally
we're gonna do our best to have you say. I can't believe it. Really, it's hard to believe that they got out to see the light of day, and I'm glad other people are getting to see them and appreciate the work. For me as the photographer, you know, you're always kind of maybe in the background looking at your work, but then when you see it presented and it's out for everybody to see, you know, there's a little bit of pressure, but everybody seems to like them, so it's really a good feeling for me to have them out and be seen. The shows that I do are more like events than just a photo show, so I'm hoping that the pictures just continue and it'll be like I'm out on tour. Right now I'm surrounded with good people. That happens maybe a couple times in a lifetime. So I think my big break is going on right now.
And we're a cover band, not a tribute band.
What do you think is the difference between the two?
Tribute band dresses like them and acts like them, and we just cover their songs, and we are the essence of the band.
Wow.
And there you
Wouldn't
have
you
it.
say that's fucking accurate?
I'm not commenting at all.
So instead of wearing like bomber jackets and acting like douchebags, you guys do what again?
Well, we don't wear wigs, and we don't, you know, that's what a tribute band
But
is.
some of us are douchebags.
Is this almost over?
Yeah, we're done. Thanks.